This is a Kahan TV Sports Break. We're back with some NBA talk. We've been away for quite a while, haven't discussed NBA, so we thought we'd get back into the swing of things by bringing in our NBA expert, Kahan TV's own Vlad Kitajczyk, the man himself.
It is great to be here to discuss some NBA. I love when I'm here. This is a great show, a fantastic
What else would
show.
we rather do than talk about basketball? All right, let's get down to it. Big news, Kevin Durant. Always a controversial figure after leaving Oklahoma City last summer. And last night actually, was his big return to Oklahoma City, where obviously he got booed to high heaven. And everyone hates him there.
Mm-hmm.
And would you say they had the right to, Vlad? Do you think Thunder fans have a right to?
Oh, yeah. I mean, look, this is a team that was this close to getting to the NBA Finals and maybe winning an NBA championship. Like, up 3-1 against the Warriors, a 73-win team, and he leaves to that team that they were up 3-1 against. I mean, if anyone has a reason to boo, it's Thunder fans. And it says a lot about Durant and his taking the easy way out and trying to get a championship the easy way.
You think Durant took the easy way out? You think he should have stayed and fought in Oklahoma City?
When you're that close with the team that you've been on for 8 years, and you go to a team that's already a championship team without you? I mean, come on, man. What other thing can you say that he took the easy way out? They didn't need him to win.
They were not a championship team. They lost last year.
Well, by like this much. I mean, they were up 3-1 themselves. That's a different story, altogether. But they were a team that made back-to-back finals, and they were this close to winning back-to-back championships. So, I mean, it's the worst thing you could possibly do, and he did it. It was total chicken shit move.
Oh.
I mean, you gotta call it. You gotta
So
call
if
it
you
that.
were his teammate, that's what you would tell him.
If I was Westbrook, if he talked to Westbrook,
his former teammate,
I'd tell him just that you took the easy way out, man, and I'm disappointed in you that you didn't want to fight with me to try to get this done. And
man,
I'm sure all his other.
Think they ever had that conversation? Actually,
I don't think
so.
Not in detail, not like that. They didn't talk it out like, "Hey, man, this is why I'm upset with you," and stuff like that. But
you think he already knows? It's like already implied.
This is something people have been talking about as soon as they knew that he was signing.
So what does this mean then? Even if he wins the title, would you say that it's not like legitimate? Like, did he just take the easy way out?
Yeah, because
it's not really like. It wouldn't mean as much as if he won it with Oklahoma City.
Of course not. No, it will not mean as much because the Warriors have just recently won a title, and the Thunder they have been to the finals before. They got beat by LeBron's Heat, but of course, it's not going to mean as much, and I don't know if you can. I'm not going to say that it's not going to be a legit title if they win, but it's not going to mean as much. That's 100%. No way, no how. He took the easy way out. I mean, what else can you say? That's the bottom line.
All right, well, okay, so we got your opinion on that. We never heard that from Vlad here. We didn't have a sports show in the summer. So interesting that you feel that way.
Absolutely.
But let's get back to, the actual on the court. Let's get back to what's important. Is what happens on the floor.
Yeah.
So since Kevin Durant had that moment where he blew off his entire team basically and shot a long three against Memphis, and they lost the game, and Draymond Green yelled at him and on national TV.
Yeah.
Since then though, they've been doing pretty good. I mean, we haven't really heard of any crisis in Golden State. They've been doing what they're supposed to do. They blow out all the teams they're supposed to blow out. They're playing really well. It looks like Durant and Curry are gelling somewhat. They've got some kind of mix going on there that's working. They got Draymond Green and Klay Thompson playing pretty well.
Yeah.
So what would you make of them and the recent progress they've made? Are they on track to win this title, you say?
Yeah, they're the best team. If anybody beats them, it's going to be an upset. That's the bottom line. I mean, they're the best team. They have the most talent. They have good coaching. They have everything you need to win a championship. Everybody knows this. So, I mean, if they lose it, it's going to be a big time upset. I mean, obviously it was a big upset last year. They won 73 games and still lost. It's going to be even worse this year because they signed a player of Durant's caliber, and if they can't get it done this year, they might never win it because this is ridiculous. They have the best team by far. Nothing is standing in their way. I don't see. I mean, there is Cleveland. You got to think about that. You got to respect the fact that they're the defending champions, but that's about it. Yeah, I mean they've been doing great. They've been winning every game. I think they lost another game to Sacramento as well. Now that I think about it, and there was another incident where Draymond Green yelled at Durant. But other than that, it's pretty much smooth sailing. I mean, how many games have they lost all season? 8, I think.
Well, last time you were on the show, you talked about, it was very early in the season.
Right.
One of the earlier times, and you were talking about some of the weaknesses that they might have going forward. Like the Warriors look great, but maybe the interior defense is not so great.
Yeah.
How about that? Is that still a problem? Do you see, like, if it comes down to it and it's a playoff series, and the Cavaliers, for instance, which is the matchup that's gonna happen. We're already got our mind set on that Cavaliers Warriors final. But if the Cavaliers have to pick out a weakness to pick on, it would be the interior defense. They could just post them up every single possession if they wanted to, slow the game down, frustrate them. Is that not gonna be a problem? Literally, if they get, I mean, who do Golden State really have on the inside? They have Pachulia. Sometimes they'll even play Durant at the 5 or something like that. And if they get people in foul trouble, it could be a different game. Is there any concern that you see of them losing to the Cavaliers? Do you think it's just a foregone conclusion that they're way better than the Cavs? They're going to blow them out in the finals?
I think with your tone of voice, you're trying to say that it's not a foregone conclusion, and I agree with you. It's not. There's a chance the Cavs have a legitimate chance. I just don't think they will. I think the Warriors are a better team. I think they're going to learn from what they went wrong last year. And yes, the Cavs have some size with Thompson, and obviously LeBron could play some bully ball himself, just by himself, inside because of his strength. But I don't think that's not really where their strength is. That's not they don't have a team that actually posts a lot. So I don't think they're going to be able. First of all, they don't have the players to do it. Kevin Love is a guy that's more a perimeter guy at this point. So the only guy they really have
LeBron.
is well,
LeBron's gonna have to get in there. He could post up on Durant. He could ball up Durant.
Yes, they could post LeBron, but
if they get Pachulia and foul trouble, Tristan Thompson, I guess he would be the guy to step up. I guess if he could have some big games in the finals.
Yeah.
He's the guy who got a big contract, and I think the Cavs definitely have a chance, even with this roster. I mean,
it's not. It's a bad roster.
We're gonna come back. We're going to do another segment. We're going to talk about the Cavs roster a little more in depth.
Yeah.
And LeBron James's criticism of his general manager and that whole story. So we'll get to that in a minute.
Sure.
But I definitely don't think it's a foregone conclusion that the Warriors are going to win the title.
Right. Not foregone conclusion.
Or even win the West.
Oh, okay. Well, I agree in the sense that the Cavs have an easier path because the East is so bad, but I'd be pretty surprised that if anybody but the Warriors represented the West. I mean, we've talked about the teams that have a chance, and they still have a slight chance. But obviously, yes, if the Warriors don't win the championship this year, if the Warriors don't win this year, they might not ever win again because it's set up for them. The league is not in exactly I would consider great shape. And they're the only really elite team. So we'll see how it goes for them.
All right. We'll be back in a moment to have more NBA sports break for you. So don't go anywhere.